In the realm of internet mysteries, few have captivated the collective imagination as profoundly as the Cicada 3301 puzzles. Originating in 2012, these enigmatic challenges appeared seemingly out of nowhere, captivating cryptographers, puzzle enthusiasts, and conspiracy theorists alike. With a rich history of complexity and intrigue, the Cicada 3301 puzzles have spawned numerous theories attempting to unravel their purpose and source. I'm Sydney.
And I'm Sarah.
And this week on Let's Be Briefed, we're talking about Cicada 3301.
Ooh. I remember these coming out. Because I was a senior, I guess, in high
You
school.
introduced me to this, I'm pretty
Oh,
sure, when we lived together.
yeah. Well, I wanted to solve them. Obviously couldn't, but
I know. I remember when I first heard about it, I was like, oh, we could do it. And then, like, you watch a
yeah.
YouTube video, and the first step, I'm like, yeah, I would never have ever come up with that.
Oh yeah, we did
Ever.
watch the YouTube video of how to go through it and stuff.
We're like, oh, yeah. And I'm
Like,
like,
we could do that.
no.
Yeah, it was like take this and make it binary and then invert it or so. It's like,
It's the
yeah, would have.
picture. It's take a picture and do some shit with it. And I'm like, Also, there's so
Oh,
much
yeah.
information. How do you know what's a clue and what's a nothing? You know what I mean? Like, anything could be a clue.
Right. Yeah, we are not going to be recruited.
No, we are not. So, the Cicada 3301 phenomenon first surfaced on an obscure image board where a cryptic message encoded with advanced cryptographic techniques invited users to embark on an intellectual journey. The puzzle encompassed a wide range of disciplines, including stenography, cryptography, literature, mathematics, and more. Participants were challenged to solve increasingly difficult riddles and clues scattered across the internet, leading to physical locations around the globe. These puzzles were unlike anything encountered before, blending esoteric symbolism, obscure references, and complex ciphers, drawing in a global community of amateur sleuths. So, the picture, I believe I have it on my screen. It says, hello, Epiphany is upon you. Your pilgrimage has begun. Enlightenment awaits. Good luck. 3301. And then there's like a picture of a cicada, I guess. But like, it's not a picture. I don't know how I would describe it.
It's like an embossing, right?
Yeah. Like a picture of an emboss. Like, it's not a visual.
Or like a stamp.
Yeah, it's not. Which might make sense given that the picture is like there's stuff embedded in the picture. So
Yeah.
maybe it had to look like that to get what they wanted out of it. Maybe that's why it's a cicada. Because you don't know why it's a cicada, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think we know a lot about this stuff still.
No,
Like,
we don't.
how did it become global?
I don't. Well, maybe one person like posted it. I know this is one of those like deep in the message boards things where like
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like it took one person making a YouTube video about it. Like, people were talking about it and challenged, and then my thing is, why, so many things get posted on the internet, why didn't this just get ignored? Do you know what I
Right.
mean?
Not really. What do you?
Like, all the memes and pictures, and yeah, I mean, it's
Oh,
kind of like enticing, but at the same time, it's like, why would anyone try to, like, what, you look at this picture and you're like, yeah, I have no fucking idea what that means, scroll. Like,
yeah. But there's always, I don't know. I feel like there's always some group of people that recognize there's some kind of hidden code. Like hackers
yeah,
too and stuff or something. I don't know. Like,
I don't know.
We're not part of this group,
No,
but
I would
like,
have just said that's weird scroll.
yeah. But there's definitely a group of people that like do code breaking as a hobby.
Right. It must have been on like a message board that it was like
Oh.
these are the type of people who aren't gonna ignore it.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta know your audience where to post.
Right. So some of the different types of like puzzles that are included in the whole thing are like image or text based clues. Like they often start with like a cryptic message or an image, and then the initial clues contain hidden information, like stenographically encoded messages within the images or text. And then there's some like code breaking challenges, and they're like different encryption techniques, ciphers, modern encryption algorithms, and advanced cryptographic methods, which is like, yeah, there is definitely like a very small group of people that would know these things.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I don't know how you would recognize it, but like someone would.
Right.
I know, like once someone, I'm sure someone was like, "Oh, I found this in the image," and then that like spurs more people to get interested.
Right. They give everyone the next steps.
Yeah. So they're like, "Oh, this is actually something fun to try," or I don't know.
Yeah. And then there's also like parts of the puzzles that require people to draw on knowledge from like a bunch of different disciplines like math, literature, music theory, philosophy, computer science, and more. Like it's not, okay, maybe one person figured out one thing, but then it could get to a point where you're just like, I have no idea what that means.
Right.
Like some literature reference, and you're like, what? Like if you a lot of those things, it's like if you don't get it, you wouldn't get it.
Right. Yeah, if you're not in that area, it's like dead end for me. I mean, people work together for these, or
I don't know. I mean, I think the idea was to do it on your own, but I have to think
right.
like I've seen YouTube videos of people walking through the steps that they're able to get through. So, that's kind of like
Yeah.
crowdsourcing. And then there were also like puzzles in the physical world, like real world elements where they like got coordinates leading to like specific locations where objects or further clues were hidden, and they took place in different countries, so that it's all like all over the world. It's like geocaching on steroids.
Well, yeah, we couldn't even find that geocache. How would we ever?
I know! We tried geocaching one time and we spent like 45 minutes walking through a cemetery, and we're like, yeah, no.
We tried really hard. We even looked up, didn't we? Like, and we
Yes.
still couldn't find
Yeah,
it.
it was bad.
But like, who could have set this up in so many different countries? Also, wouldn't that be like pretty shitty if you got these coordinates and you're like, oh, that's halfway around the world from me? Like,
Well, you could find someone there to go find it for you,
I
though.
guess, yeah. Yeah, so you kind of do have to work with someone or people.
Right. One of the other things that they did was like selective recruitment, because we don't know why the puzzles exist. But some believe that completing the puzzles may lead to recruitment by an undisclosed organization or collective, but there's no evidence to back that up. Like, people just basically
Right.
made that up.
Yeah.
But some of the theories are that it's like recruitment for intelligence agencies, and that they might be using it to recruit people with like really good analytical and problem solving skills. And because the puzzles are so like intricate and like require such a diverse knowledge, they think that maybe that's what they're going for, which I could see that.
Yeah, I could see that.
I think that's my theory.
Yeah. When I started looking at the theories, I was like, yeah, I could definitely believe that. But like, what? intelligence agency, I guess, is doing this.
Right. And what do they need? Like, I don't know, because this is like, when is a, like, I always hear like investigations and stuff, and it's like, what, in what world would this be necessary to be this, like,
Yeah, that's true.
what could you possibly be doing beyond this that requires
Right.
this? Like, life isn't a man made scavenger hunt.
Yeah, that's true.
And clues aren't like that hard hidden. You know what I mean? Usually the clues are like right there in front of you. You just have to recognize that it's a clue.
Yeah, I remember what I was gonna say. I was gonna say this is like almost like if you think it's for recruitment, then that almost seems like movie, like too perfect of
Right.
a plot of
Yeah,
like,
like really.
yeah. So maybe not. I mean, I guess, yeah, like even if you're a spy or something, why would you need to solve these types of things or like a hacker or like you
Right.
don't
Like
need
there
that.
are more practical skills that these
Yeah,
people could have. Like, oh, sorry, they didn't get your one literature reference. They're out of the running,
right,
but
yeah.
they could do all the rest of it without that. Or, oh, sorry, I can't fly to Germany or wherever.
Right. But I guess they could be watching who's progressing and just pick people even if they don't totally solve it. Like I don't think it's ever been totally solved. Like no one's gotten to the
No.
end, right?
There's
So,
like three parts, I
yeah.
believe, and one of the parts has been fully solved.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it does seem unlikely for recruitment.
Right. And then another theory is an alternate reality game that,
Mm.
like, Cicada 3301 is an elaborate alternate reality game designed to engage and entertain participants in its immersive experience that blends the real world with a fictional narrative, challenging players to solve puzzles to progress through the game. If it's if it is like an alternate reality game, the creators have like masterfully crafted a captivating and enduring mystery. Like I
Yeah,
that might be true. That it's just someone having fun.
right.
Cuz I would think planning this would be almost as fun as having people solving it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it definitely, I feel like definitely takes a group though to plan this.
Maybe.
But like I
Or
don't think
just
one person could
one.
plan it.
I
How are
think
you
they
gonna get
could.
clues in certain parts of the world
If
though?
you travel a
I
lot.
guess. Like if you set it all up beforehand.
Yeah, and then go place the clues and then post the picture and
Yeah.
hope that no one accidentally finds your clue and gets rid of it.
Yeah, and ruin. Yeah, yeah, it's the
Ruins
fucking
everything. That's why it's not solvable.
because
Because
there's
someone hid a
one's
clue.
missing. It's the monster with 21
I
faces all
know,
over
I know.
again.
I just don't believe in putting things in physical places and hoping that no one messes it up.
Right, yeah. When did
Like, it was
alternate
like
reality games like start? I
probably
guess
with the internet,
2012's
but
not too bad.
no, people like wasn't there was a movie where they made a whole alternate reality game to go with it. And now I can't remember what movie
Uh,
it was. Oh,
I don't know.
I don't either. But there is a movie with this whole website thing that went with it.
Yeah, I guess that would. I mean, 2012's not that early for this kind of thing.
I would think almost like if you're in the cipher community, like if that's your thing, then I feel like they do this for each other all the time.
Oh, and this one just became super big.
Yeah, because of the internet, but like they probably had like mailing lists of like
Oh.
people who are into this, like, oh, I'm into ciphers and you're into ciphers, like let's start a group where we make and solve each other's ciphers.
Oh yeah, I could definitely see that.
I would love to get into ciphering.
Yeah, I had like a book in elementary school on like
Really?
the famous ciphers or whatever and how to set them up and what's the one like Pigpen or something? I don't know. I only know the very basic ones.
I want to learn, but I don't want to go out of my way. I don't know. Like
Oh.
it's one of those things that I'm like, I would love that, and then I never do it.
I
But
just,
maybe
I
it
mean,
should.
doesn't like the New York Times have a cipher every day?